Hello, everyone. We're live. I think it works and my mic's done. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the War Room. And as always, inglorious 720p. The boys are with us. Today's subject is top 5 war game designers, which is going to cause a little bit of friction, maybe. Let's see. I'm looking forward to it. But chaps, how are you? Jester.
I am great. Had a great week. We played lots of games. We actually played 3 war games this week, boys. More war games this week than you guys have done in 2 months. So what can I say? I tell you, we played Maneuver for the first time. Great game. Unfortunately, just doesn't play great solo because there is a lot of kind of that element of you got to activate the cards or activate the units with the cards you have in your hands and you're playing both sides, so you know what he can do, what he can't do. So, but still a great game. I would highly recommend if you can find it, get yourself a copy of it. We played Stalingrad, Advance to the Volga in 1942. Great game. It's definitely area management. It's going to be a longer game, though. I didn't realize how long that game was going to be. And then for the third game, we played the Halls of Hegra, which not many people kickstarted this, and now they're all kicking themselves because it's like, gosh darn it, I should have gotten that because they didn't release it to like the mass production. So it's hard to get yourself a copy. So I'm glad I did because of Ruff. Thank you, Ruff.
No, it's a good game, good fun game. As you said, not a war game per se, more of a war-themed Euro, but it's good fun because there's Germans in it trying to get to you. There's resources you've got to use. So, it's good fun.
Absolutely. So that was we have 3 more to add to our 95. That's right, 95 brand new games that we added to the channel in 2023. So we're 5 away from our goal of 100 already. So just 5 more games. We'll be at 100 new games in 2023.
Puts us to shame. And what else did we do on Thursday night?
Oh, we had a great little chat with there's some dude out there that's putting out a game and
up and coming.
Yeah, he's an up and comer. He's trying to ride our coattails all the way to the big time. So we got a chance to hang out and see Palm Island Horror, the live unboxing with I forget his name, Herman, something like that.
Harry.
Yeah, was his name.
Yeah.
Harry. So that was a lot of fun, and he was like a kid in a candy shop with his new toy. Hit the smile on his face. Go watch. I've got a screenshot of the smile on his face. He is beaming like a proud papa should beam. So congratulations to him on his new baby game.
Yeah. I called it childlike joy. His face. It was like, Tone.
Yeah. So, actually did quite a bit this week. I was laid up, so that's obviously I had my surgery.
You can't show us your scars because we'll be off the air. We're coming.
I don't want to demonetize you or anything like that. So, but I mean, I started feeling better about Tuesday, Wednesday, so I started playing a little Panzer Grenadier. I'm trying to get through the airborne IE module. I want to get those scenarios done. And then I got Thursday, while you guys were having fun with Herman, I had made arrangements with Mitch, and we played some East Front late war Hungarians versus Russians or Soviets. So we had a little bit of fun with that. It's a bridge. ATS? Yeah, ATS. Yeah, bridge scenario. Which bridge scenarios are always fun when you're doing those. And then I also So I saw I posted this. So it's a little tin game missing in action. Neat little fun little game. Good travel. As you can see, it's not that big. Or let's do it like they do on Amazon, where they put like the body and to see the size of
they
it.
hold the game in front.
Yeah. I have this outline, but anyways, so a lot of fun. You're basically a single guy trying to get back. So you're going across the field. The board is ever changing because it's a 12 card grid. So it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. Didn't win it. And then I picked up, because while I was resting up, I actually watched most of the HBO The Pacific, which is the Pacific version of Band of Brothers. And so I finally bit the bullet, and I found a not too expensive copy of Fields of Fire 2. So once I get through 1 and feel more comfortable, and once the new deluxe edition gets out, I will hit this up and start playing that. And then yesterday, me and Ruff, I introduced Ruff to Coin.
Ooh.
We had a good little time with that. That was actually pretty fun. It was
good.
For a coin light game. There's a lot of crunchiness to that game. There's a lot more choice there than I thought there was going to be. So I was very, very happy with that. We had a few rules. Yeah. There's a few rules that weren't worded as the best, but I don't think it changed too much. But going forward, we'll know the difference. Thanks Tweez for helping out, point that out. So. And then I mowed the lawn today, so I'm probably feeling pretty good, or I'll wake up sore as hell tomorrow. One of the two. But
right.
All in all, pretty good. Good week and everything like that.
Ruff. What about you, buddy?
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping to get some stuff out. I'm doing. You remember that Princeps sent me the Freezing Inferno, and he did an unboxing.
And yeah.
They also sent me the prototype of. Something Gore, the Soviets versus the Japanese. It's been a bit of a day. I can't think straight, but it's a prototype, and I had to print the rules out. And I sort of got through it, and they were a little bit ambiguous because it's a prototype. They're still being developed. They haven't got the solo rules down yet, but they've completely changed how the air phase works. In the other game, you just fly from one airport to another, but because this is a sort of much more, it's a bigger map, but it's less distance. So it seemed daft to fly to, an airport a mile away. So completely redone them. But I tried to make the best I could of it. Again, a bit ambiguous. And I recorded it and I was editing it. And then the designer sent me an email saying, yeah, I've re-looked at these. This might explain it a bit better. And it did, but I had to redo what I'd already videoed. So it's put that back. That should be out next week. And then hopefully I can get back to playing what I want to play. So that sort of scuppered me a bit. But apart from that, I say we played the British Way, Palestine on Friday. That was good fun. And started watching the Civil War, that series by
Ken Burns.
Ken Burns' series. Yeah. So just started to watch that. So that's good. That's about what I've been doing. Hey, we've got loads of people in. Let's say some hi's to everybody. There's Charles, Alastair, Brun. Hope you're well. Got Edward. Oh, dangerous. It's great not to be banned. Yeah, that was a big mistake. He didn't mean to do that. So he couldn't unban you. That's the problem. So yeah, you're always welcome here, Dave. So yeah, it was funny, but not funny. But anyway, glad you're here. Mandarin Mike, of course. Hi, and good to see you. Oh dear. Working. Stephen. And we've got Thomas in from Historic Wings. I've got some stuff to show you later on about, we had a chat the other day. I've got a world exclusive picture of Thomas's next Air War game book, which I'll try and get that showing you that later on. Just make sure we get everybody here. Groucho, extra squeaky. Everybody's in, and some new people, I think. Hi, Christoph. Koyi, Harold, looking good. And guess who's popped in? Mike.
Oh, Mikey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Mikey?
And the most fever and injury infested person I've ever played a game with, Eldritch Horror. Patrick's in.
I thought he was sick there because I know he had some health. I think he had COVID or something like that recently. So I thought you were actually serious about that.
No. It's just everything that was going with Eldritch Horror.
Yeah. Then I realized when you said Eldritch Horror, I was like, oh yeah, that was his conditions that he ended up with. Yeah.
World GM for food. I got everybody. Richard, no, still there's loads of people. Great to see everyone. Richard, Manatee.
Ives.
Oh, Eves is in.
Eves.
Nice.
Yeah, Eves, yes.
Eves from VUCA.
From VUCA.
Yeah, with his new game. And that's it. That's everybody. Well, I hope we're all doing well. We're going to be talking about our top 5. Well, not top. Our favourite 5 war game designers. Now, as I say, I've had a comment on Tack Up saying somebody said, "Oh, I've had enough. It was hard enough doing 10. Now I've got it down to 7. I don't know if I can get it down anymore, but he got it down. So hopefully he's on tonight, and we'll show us what it is." But we don't upset anybody because if you're not mentioned in somebody's list, you're bound to be war game designers mentioned in somebody else's, and they've got to be games you've got, games you've played. Let's just get there we go. Otherwise it's a bit pointless. So I've got my list, the boys have got their lists, so that's that. What I'll do, if I can, without going, without corrupting everything, is I'll show you those pictures that Thomas
I will just say it is your top 5 war game.
Yeah.
Not just your 5 favorite game designers, because my list would be different if that was the case. So
yeah, I did say war games. I did, I'm not going to.
You did. I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware. It's just not any designer. It's specifically war game designer.
Yeah.
That was Coy, by the way. That was struggling with.
Was it you?
Yes.
Let's see if I can get this up.
Of course, Meandering Mike has his 5 old school and 5 new school designers.
He has to be.
Well, he's got all those games, so he's got the library to say, oh, these are old school designers, these are new school. But how many crossover designers do you have? That's the question. Because that's totally different.
I don't know if I have any. Hold on, I'm still struggling here. You know what I'm like. There we go. Right, let's get that up. Share screen.
Hey, Ruff, we sold a copy of The British Way yesterday.
Oh, again, good.
Yes. Because Jeff was like, I think it was Jeff. So he's the one that bought it. He named our stream increase, or what is it, to increase GMT sales, or something along those lines. Like,
costingmemoney.com.
Yes, exactly. So,
right, let's see if I can do this right. This is Thomas. I was talking to Thomas the other day, and he's got a new game come out you may know about called Acton Yarbo, which is the P-47 D-Day. His next one is he's working on at the moment, and this is a world exclusive. Hopefully I can share it. His next one coming out, which I'm quite looking forward to. Let's see if I can. There we go. Look at that.
Ooh,
world exclusive. Nobody's seen this. This is Typhoon.
That's AI art right there. I tell you.
Yeah, great art. Typhoon.
AI art.
AI.
No.
Yeah.
AI. Artificial intelligent art. Yeah, that's some artificial intelligence right there. Yeah. I don't know. Is Thomas artificial intelligence? I don't know. He knows a lot.
He knows a lot. He's also an artist. So, okay, a bit like, can you call Matt White's art AI because he uses a computer? No,
yeah.
A lot of things going
on. That was all tongue in cheek.
But that is the new game coming out, Typhoon. RAF Typhoons there. Look at that. And then we talked about his boxing, because he was going to get the games boxed up and sell them bit like Worthington have done, where they've got the book games, and now they put some of them at the boxes. Blue Panther are doing it for him, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
And the Tally Ho will be boxed, but it'll also have some a new scenario or mission in it. And let's see if I can get this up and see. There we are, Operation Sea Lion.
Ooh,
So,
look at that. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a biggie boy right there.
So I can get the info up. So it's an additional mission. It's going to be included in the Tally Ho box set. And you play it 3 times. As the 5 German invasion fleets come across relentlessly, but you don't get resupplied or reinforced with other units. You carry on with what you've got. I can't see if they're making funny comments.
No, Historic Wings. I was asking if he was artificial intelligence himself, and he's like, I am not a computer, not a computer, not a computer.
No. So yeah, you can play as a standalone or as this ongoing mission. So he's kind enough to send me these maps. There's all the.
I recognize a lot of those from a game from a designer of a game that is on my list.
Oh,
Hornchurch.
Hornchurch is just down the road from me. That's not too far at all.
Mm.
And North Holt, North London and Croydon, Biggin Hill, Kent. Yeah. Oh, there's these nasty German fleets coming in. Look. So it looks really good. Nice looking maps as well.
Not bad. Not bad.
So there we are. So thank you, Thomas, for sharing that with us. We're the first to see these and the Typhoon ones in the world.
Nice.
So there we go. Thanks again.
Yeah, for sure.
I just looked down at the bottom there, Tone. I thought, what's that window doing there? Let's get rid of that. It's your one. I won't get rid of it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Still getting used to this technological stuff.
I'm prepared, as they call it. So now it may be 5 minutes before the show, but I am prepared for the show.
Yeah, you were still doing your homework as
it was writing out his list as we.
I'm no worse than my students, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he's and I know Historic Queens is in here, but because I kept bugging him about it, he says soon. It takes a little time for everything to get processed, them to get approved, and then because I know I keep looking every day. As soon as it comes up, I'm buying it, and of course I will be sharing that as well. So, it is going through Blue Panther. So
yeah. Dave's close to Kenley, another one.
But
what's this?
Huh. Yeah, it doesn't look like a good dogfighter. Like it really doesn't.
It's clunky. It looks clunky, doesn't it? I mean, if you get hit by it, you'll know about it. But I don't think it sort of weave in and out, in close spaces. But there we go. Yeah. So that's what's happened today. So that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Good to see another world premiere.
Yeah,
had a world premiere Thursday with Herman opening up his box and getting to show us what's inside, and now we got another world premiere from Thomas. So
the nice thing is that when we see the world premieres like from Herman, we know that the rest of them are on the ship because he got his flown over because he's special because he's like the designer or some BS like that. But we can't get our games, but he gets his. I get it.
To tell you what, I was very surprised because Vukan, I say he's in the chat there, and Patrick, he sent me one and he said there's only 3 of these. We had them flown over. They cost an obscene amount of money, and I'm sending you one. And I was so chuffed, and that was was at Narc Paris. Yeah.
So okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they do. They fly them over so they can get into the
first. They didn't fly the copy I bought over, but
no. We'll have to wait. You'll probably you're saying might be here before or at Christmas time. I don't think it will get over here before Christmas because once it gets to you, it's got to be sent to us. Depends when they send it out. Mind you, everybody gets theirs before you, Jester.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I might even get it before that.
We should have a pretty good box. I think I do have something coming because I got charged for it, which was the Sovereign the Fire in a Lake, second Fire in a Lake expansion.
Oh, have you got the Alexander as well?
No, I already I already have that. Yeah, I already have that one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I already had that one. So yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe Patrick actually flew it over in his luggage and actually flew first class over and delivered it to the post office and then flew back. Might save him some money if he just like ships it instead of flies it over personally. So
They could have just saved some money and just stuck it inside my suitcase from the trip I took.
Have you gotten it back yet? I didn't. I
did get it back.
Okay.
When was it? Last Sunday at 11, they delivered my suitcase, and then like the next day, maybe Monday or Tuesday, they FedExed the wife's suitcase for some reason. So FedEx delivered hers like a couple days later.
Oh, that was good, because the last you heard, you'd flown over, you got back before they had arrived in the country.
Yeah, my bags were still in Germany, Cologne, I think, last time we checked when we got home. So we had to fill out all the paperwork and this, that, and the other thing. And,
yeah.
It took a while, but we finally got her. I said, you know what? We're never going to see any of that stuff again. There ain't no way we're going to see anything. So I was surprised when it even came. So
yeah. So, but no, definitely. Hey, Ralph, how about we do my little thing, because I'm excited about it. I'm absolutely stoked.
No, I don't think we will. I'm in charge. I'm in charge. No, okay, no, of course we can. Shall we do it?
No, yes, because it's a friend of the show's.
We haven't got any friends, have we?
Oh God, maybe he's just like using us for like free advertise. That's what it is.
Let's get it on there. There we go.
Yeah. So, Old School Tactical Volume 4, and I know Jester, did you do this? Did you kickstart this one? I know you're not a big Kickstarter, but I'm pretty comfortable with.
I actually went to place the order, and then I can't do it. I cannot do it.
There's a few I feel comfortable with.
I just read an article about another Kickstarter that failed, and I'm like, you know what? I know this isn't going to fail. It's just
you got it in the back of your mind.
I don't want to support something I don't believe in, so I will buy the game when it comes out. I'm just not going to kickstart it.
Yeah. So I did kickstart it. I think I was like number 16 or something like that, because I got a notification for that. And it funded in 32 minutes.
Yeah,
it was insane. They wanted to do 20,000. They've already are up to 55,000.
Yeah, and I can't do it because of the blooming. It's not set up like GMT.
This one, are you sure? Because of shipping, if we go down here, because they have the shipping.
Oh, don't tell
Great
me
Britain is 32 plus VAT.
Just the base game, that does not include for the Empire.
It could be a little bit more for if you add
it will go up. It'll go up because you got 20% on that.
Yeah. So, but this one's the Italian campaign, which is really, really cool. I did do the one with the expansion because they seem to run out of the expansions pretty quickly. I was watching Hexton Countered today play the Red Blitz, a Red Blitz scenario, and you can find the Red Blitz, but it's going to cost you more than what the minimum is nowadays because it's out of print. So I decided to do that. Plus, it's the New Zealanders. Is that right? New Zealander and Kiwis. Canada and New Zealand. So it adds those two countries to it. So, which is pretty cool. It's already up past it. So the stretch goals wise, it's already past its stretch goals.
It's a system I've not got into yet. Any of the old school tactical. I know Jester's played it, you play it, and it's very popular. I just haven't had the chance to get hold of it.
Every time I like it because it's different.
You guys should play it maybe next time on your thing.
Yeah, I like to play games. I like to play games I own, so I can say I've played it on the shelf. I look at it on the shelf, so I've played you. But yeah, every time I go, I think, I'll give it a go. They're sold out.
Yeah. So no, but this is really cool. So if it gets above 60K and there's a couple more days, so I'm pretty sure that they'll do a 4 scenario pack featuring the Americans in Italy as well. So that's pretty cool. So Mark's always done a pretty good job with this.
I understand. Great quality looking maps and counters and nonsense.
And they're pre-rounded, so there's no counter clipping. You can just pop what you need out and do it.
Artwork on this whole game is excellent. The production quality is through the roof. again, I don't kickstart anything, but I almost broke down just to get this because I know I want it. And the only reason I would get it is with the Kickstarter is because I'm afraid that it would sell out and I wouldn't get my copy. Then I'll be mad. But yeah, I just can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got to take a chance. You know, as I say, you've got enough games. I'd just like to try the system though, because you know, lock and load. Cheers.
Cheers, my friends.
Cheers, everyone. Lock and load tactical. Love the system and the Panzer Grenadier and that's platoon level. I've not tried this one, but everybody says it's different and fun.
It's different and good at the same time. So yeah, it's really, I do enjoy it, and like we said, the artwork's really cool. The maps are really cool. And I got the extra one on that one. So that's what I thought that was pretty cool. I definitely backed it, and the fact that it did it. And I do, Jester, I'm with you on a lot of, I've gotten burnt. Luckily it was only $8 that I lost. So
as you guys know, I am still waiting on a Kickstarter from November of 2019.
Yeah.
So that ain't gonna happen.
I can still show you the link on my Kickstarter page.
I'll do it. Yeah, I remember you mentioning it.
Don't get me wrong. This one is going to fund. This one is definitely coming out. I just don't think Flying Pig should be doing Kickstarters. They should just freaking print the goddamn game and have it available.
It would sell out. It would sell out.
They don't need to kickstart. I mean, Kickstarter was originally designed for those companies looking for money to fund their game or whatever they're creating, but they couldn't come up with the capital to print it themselves, and that's their whole reason Kickstarter started. So like Flying Pig Games, they shouldn't be doing Kickstarters. They have enough money to just print these games out.
I do agree with that, but I'm kind of okay because you do get a little bit of a discount with the Kickstarter. So there's a couple companies that I definitely like. Flying Pig I'm okay with. I know for sure they'll do it. That's really the only one that I do. Every once in a while I'll do one, but I really limit. It has to be somebody that's done a lot of production and have been pretty successful on it. I'm very, very skeptical on a lot of those because, like I said, I lost $8. Luckily it was $8 and that was it. Which was a Old West RPG game. Which sounded really interesting, and then it just kind of died out.
Came to fruition. I mean, I do me P500s, and there was a comment in there saying, you know, I don't like doing them because you don't know when they're going to charge. I like it because you can go, yeah, I'll have that, and then down the line, if things change and it hasn't come out, you can just cancel it again. You haven't been charged, and you know when you're charging. If you look at the email, you know we're going to charge on the 25th of this month. So you think, have I got the money? No, I better cancel it. So there's a way of doing it. But look at that, Combat 3.
Yes, but also Compass has their sale, their end of the year sale, and it usually goes
Compass
through.
Has got their sale going on.
Yep, it's like through the end of the year too, if I remember right. It's usually a couple of months.
I'm not sure if Koi's from my side. You got West Ham badge there.
Yeah.
It's
so
as much as the post for the postage as the game.
But I mean, $50 off. So Compass or Combat Volume 1 second printing is $90, and it's normally $140. So there's some pretty good discounts on them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe getting that again.
Hopefully, in the next year or two, I'll get my playthrough up.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I wanted to see because they said I did not see that.
It's the Brits.
Oh, Arnhem.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's take a look at this since I've got it up here. $99. Oh, we'll probably pre-order this later. Pray later.
Ooh.
So it's introduced the British Armed Forces into the system. The game will be one of the most well-told moments in a long history of Britain. Fight for the Arnhem Bridge. Players will use actual British Army forces. You're not using actual British Army forces. They're all dead.
You won't get them in the box.
Exactly.
Now. I didn't know there's going to be actual people inside this box.
Seriously. If this is a standalone game, so if you are only interested in Arnhem, so it's not
really?
so
you don't need 1 and 2 for this.
Yeah, so you don't need 1 and 2, so that's really cool. So let's see here. Let's take a look at some of these maps. Oh,
Mind
That's
you,
kinda
these are still, maybe they're not the final art,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they look
because it's
good.
still pre-ordered. Here's the we have Private Scott, Private Pickering, Private Moon.
Keith. They always have to.
Of
I don't
course.
know what it is about American designers, but they always have to give the British officers double-barreled names. Withington.
Yeah, the hyphenated. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So this is Tafe
And,
Walter.
what's the deal with the British officer with the umbrella? Like,
Oh,
Oh
great.
God.
come on.
That's
I'm
great.
what I'm assuming is that is actually an actual person
It
that
is, but
actually
it didn't quite go as that happened.
Yeah.
They had to. They've sort of given a bit of artistic license. But what a great thing. Sorry, we can't accept your surrender at the moment. The German soldiers are looking. No, I didn't mean that. I mean you surrender. But yeah, I think he did. Pretty sure, but there was some artistic license with it just to make it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's Frost. There's Frost. There's Anthony Hopkins there.
Yeah.
Or the guy.
Alistair says so he can fly like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of there. Yeah. So my assumption when they mean the actual British Army forces, I'm assuming that they'll actually have the real the historical names that were involved with it. So that's kind of cool, actually.
That would be great. Yeah, great.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Those maps look really cool.
Yeah. So you're trying to get along that bridge, you've got machine gun posts at one end, and you're trying to work your way across. Yeah, or along.
Oh, this will be bloody. Yeah. So hey, that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that had come up. I'll have to do that one. Any other ones here that are British Tank Ace for American Tank Ace? I think $52. I think $52 is a bit much. Just my personal opinion.
Well, that's going to be like I didn't get American Tank Ace. Really wanted it, but it's nothing to do with second chance. They're going to charge what they've got to charge, but it was like getting on to £70. And it's like no.
Warriors of America. Desert Generals.
Yeah, everybody's looking at that Combat 3.
Yep. This is the other one that the Golden Age of Piracy 1718. I saw because you can buy this on War Game Vault and print and play it for yourself. It's pretty intense though for printing play, but it looks really good. The designer, actually did some playthroughs of his game. So it looks this art looks a lot better than like the print and play stuff, which it should. Problem is there's like 256 counters that you have to build.
But then you're talking to the man upstairs there, above you there, who printed out old school tactical.
I did. I did. I printed out every one of the maps. I got all the counters. I did it all.
But this is by the way, this is a solitaire game itself. So it's not a two-player. It's solitaire itself. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
I could do solitaire.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks really cool.
Golden Age of Piracy?
Golden Age of Piracy, 1718. It's still pre-order.
How long do they take generally? I mean, with GMT, it could be anything, couldn't it? How long do they take?
Usually when they get this, it's pretty far along. Also, it's already been outplayed. Like I said, because it's on War Game Vault, you can buy the
you can buy the print paper version.
So I'd be surprised. It's probably just in the queue when it comes down to it. But I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, 208 counters. Oh, they're 3/4 inch plane. Oh, so they're 3/4 inch pieces. So they're larger pieces. That's kind of nice. Yeah,
Thank
there's a whole
God
bunch of maps.
Started getting off these 1/2 inch counters.
Oh my God.
Thank God.
Yeah. Jester, you'll be happy. It comes with a 10-sided dice and a box and a lid and a box and a lid set.
I thought I was going to have to run to the store to get a 10-sider because man,
this is what. Oh, is this out or is it pay later?
Oh, is it just reprint? Second printing.
I wanted this. I didn't realize. Oh, pre-order. It's pre-order. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say this. Yes,
Still
I
waiting.
want this one
Still
too.
waiting. Yep.
Yeah, because Snuka did a card system for this as well. So,
did he?
By the way, also a little snippet for one of the games I've chosen for designer. It's got a Stuka card system to it.
That's cool.
Okay. I'll stop sharing now because I literally could go through all these because these pre-orders are there's some interesting looking ones.
Some
Burma.
good ones there. Yeah, they do bring out a lot of games.
Yes.
Do you want me to go ahead and start my my thing? My game? Huh?
Your game.
My game.
See you later. See you later, Thomas.
Thomas, great. Thanks for
See you later,
sending
buddy.
the stuff through. Oh, here it says Dangerous Dave says the umbrella thing. It's a little bit, but it's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all movies always anybody that tries to say they have an accurate movie is bull. It's all
You
BS.
can't. You've got to condense it, or you've got to add things to make it interesting. You know.
Yeah. So I have no problem with that because I know going in, it's going to be Hollywoodified. You know.
Hollywood.
But it's still one of my favorite films.
Grab drink.
You want me to do my I got a game?
Yeah. Oh, we'll do our Justice thing, or do you want to do my history first? What do you want to do?
You run the show, man. It's
Well,
up
I
to
don't
you.
mind if you're gagging to do it, then that's fine.
Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do mine, and then you can.
Yeah, off you go.
So,
Go on, just yeah.
I'm gonna offer this again since nobody won last week. I'm gonna offer these again. I've got some actual badges.
They're cool. I would buy them when I was over there.
And if you win and you're in the US, you're gonna win these three. You're gonna win the 45th Infantry Division, the Tank Destroyer, and the 36th Infantry Division. If you win and you're in Europe, you're gonna get something completely different. You're gonna get the Brits, paratroopers.
Good boy.
You're gonna get the 1st French Division, and you're gonna get the French Liberté. So
Free
if
French.
you win and you're from Europe, or if you'd rather have these three, you can win these. So you have to guess exactly how many guesses is going to take Tony and Ruff. Last week,
Sorry, boys
it
and
was
girls.
12 last week. So this week might be even tougher. We'll see. Put your guesses in the chat right now.
Dear, oh dear.
I had to fix home.
I dread this because it makes us look a right couple of donuts.
Hey, Ruff, are you too worried about me ruining the baseball game for you?
No.
The Orioles are playing right now.
Oh, are they? Hold on.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
First game one.
He's got to set his record.
Oh, he's got to put his hat on. I don't think he wants to know the score anyways.
Oh, God, don't tell me.
No, it's actually not bad. It's within one run, but that's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Come on.
They're putting in the chat. Mike Butterjelly says 25. He knows
Yeah,
better.
thanks, Mike. He never has any confidence in this, does he?
No, he doesn't.
He might be
No.
right.
Robert Harkless says 31. David Warren says 27. Wow. Okay, you only get one guess, boys and girls. All right.
David Warren says, "Go Rangers."
Ruff, you get to start, Ruff. You get to start since you're hosting this week.
Okay.
Question number one. So, Ruff, you're going to be odd. Tony, you're going to be even.
That's me.
Number one. And Tony, you're full of number two. I mean, you're number two.
Is it set before 1939?
Is it set before 1939? No.
Okay. Is it set after 1945?
No, it's not set after 1945.
Oh, nice.
As far as you know, do I own this game?
I believe yes is the question. I could be wrong, but I believe you've got this game. Yes. I believe you've got this game. Again, I could be wrong, but
No,
I
I'm
believe
just
you
saying,
got
as far
it.
as you're aware, I don't, yeah.
As far as I think you do, but
Okay.
Is it in the
Actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to say no. You do not own this game.
okay?
Now that I'm
Is it-
thinking about it, I don't think you own it. Sorry.
Is it on the Eastern Front?
Is it on the Eastern Front? No.
Okay. Well, that goes my idea.
Question number 6. Or that was 4, 5.
That's 4 or 5.
You're odd. Yes, 5.
I'm odd.
Question number 5.
Yes,
Huh?
you're odd. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, 5. We're on 5. Is it set in the western part of Europe then?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Again,
gonna throw.
sometimes sometimes you ask these questions
Well,
There's not a-
because if I said,
and it can be debated afterwards.
Is it the European theatre? We've had this discussion that encompasses Africa as well. So that's why I said, is it in the Western European theatre?
I'm sticking with yes.
Right.
We'll debate it afterwards.
Oh,
I'm gonna go. Is it a GMT game? Let's knock out.
That is question number 6, and the
Yes.
answer is yes. It is a GMT game.
Okay.
is it set in the? Is it
Question
it
number
set in-
7.
Is it set in the sea? Is it sea warfare?
Yes, it is a C game actually.
GMT sea game.
Is it Beneath the Med?
Is it beneath the med? He says. Wow, that was a really lucky guess.
Yes.
And yes,
Oh, you do own it. Okay, I thought you did.
yeah.
Yes.
I could see him over there.
You see again.
See him
That's
over
the
there. I
Mediterranean.
could see him. That's why I
Yeah.
changed my mind.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
because the one on the end says for victory, right? Or
Silent victory. Yeah.
victory. So I said, oh, he owns the Japanese one, and then he owns the Hunter one. So I didn't think he owned it.
Yeah, the other one. That's
why I changed it.
Look,
because
I
I could
put
see it
them
right
all
there
on
in
the
the
same
corner.
shelf. Look, it's there. Look, that's the Hunters.
So who had 8? Did anybody win today?
No, that was 7. No, that was 8. That was 8.
As,
Yep,
as
that
you
was
quite
8.
rightly say,
Nobody had
it-
8? Are you kidding me?
yeah, it's the
Oh.
Mediterranean, the European theatre. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bit.
I can't
well
believe you
done.
guessed that one because because that's not the popular one.
I don't know where so my first guess, by the way, what I was trying to figure out is if you would have done Stalingrad Advance to the Volga. That was what I was thinking.
A Panzer Grenadier game. I think he's a Grenadier. But luckily, I said C. Once you said
as soon as
C,
it
that
said
sort of
C.
narrows it down, doesn't it? That was a
Yep.
good. That
As
was
soon
lucky
as it said
there.
C, but yet Western Europe, like iffy on the Western Europe part, that told me it had to be the Mediterranean
Yeah,
because that
Yeah.
kind of covers both. Because you're like, we could debate on that. So
Yeah.
that kind of gave me, because I thought maybe Seas of Thunder, but then I
was thinking
realized
that. I thought
then I
no, it
realized
could be
that was
Atlantic
the
Chase, 'cause
entire-
He knows I've got Atlantic Chase, so you know.
Yeah. So awesome. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Well, you
Go
guys-
the O's.
hey, Patrick has got the record still with 7, but you guys are just
Oh.
Tony, that
Yep.
much, man. That
Well done, mate.
Yes.
Almost. Good job,
I'll
guys.
take
Good
that. I'll
job.
take
All
that
right.
one. Nice.
Yeah, all right. Look, he won't let us forget it. Look,
Patrick is still the winner with 7. That is true.
yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Yep. Hey, Butter Jelly says he stand corrected, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Mike. Mike's such a good guy.
Yeah.
We said
Everybody,
25 though.
everybody
Come
is.
on, let's be honest now.
There are
He
some
didn't have
times we
much
could
faith
probably
in
go
you guys.
40 if you never
All
gave
right,
us a hint.
So that just means in 2 weeks, because I'm not here next week, in 2 weeks when I host it, I'm gonna have to make it a little tougher on you guys because you're getting just too big for your britches now.
He's going to pick. He's going to look on BGG or somewhere like that. He's going to find an
I'm
obscure
gonna find the most
game.
obscure game ever.
Oh,
That was
dear.
pretty good, but unfortunately, no winner again for.
Oh, nobody
my
picked eight.
prizes.
Right.
Maybe I'll just have to give these
Maybe
away
next
on
time do
our
closest.
award show.
Well,
Maybe
nobody,
just-
to be honest with you. Oh, Krista Clark was so close. I think you should give it to him because he chose 7.
Well, you should have said 8. I mean,
Okay.
come on.
Yep.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me. You're not going to get any sympathy from me. You got to be better, man.
Oh man.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Good job. I mean,
I think that was a lucky choice of question for me.
I mean, to be honest, five guesses to narrow it down, and then you got 2 guesses to get it right. That's your goal. You got 5 guesses to narrow it down, and then you got 2 guesses to try and nail it.
Yep. I would if my thought process would have been right, it would have been 5 because I would have done if you would have done Stalingrad at the Vogel. If you would have said yes to was it an East Front game, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten that. Yeah. But as soon as you said no, I'm like, damn it. Oh, but then Ruff's 2 gave me a good job.
That's because I thought Ruff had it, but then when I saw it over the shoulder, and I could see Silent Victory, and I couldn't read the other one, I said, "Oh, there's just 2 blue boxes there."
Yeah.
So
that's
going to bother me now because it's not on the same
together?
Shelf.
I know. I try and get them on the same shelf. I put them all together. I mean, most of my games are GMT, believe it or not.
Oh my god, that's what threw me off.
Yeah,
GMT, DVG, and Lock and Load.
Yeah, DVG, lock and load. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
There's mud in your eye.
8. Koi says 8 was his lucky number, but he guessed 10.
Oh, Koi.
Doesn't matter.
Never mind. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah. Good job. I'm getting. I don't know if I'm just giving you 2 easy ones, or you guys are getting better.
Maybe we're narrowing it down a bit better. And
then the other thing I heard was Ruff. Now, tell me if this is true or not.
Oh dear, depends what it is. If I'm legally bound
I was off next week, and your wife was so depressed that she scheduled a vacation for you so that you wouldn't be here when I wasn't here because you would be so depressed without me. Now, is that true?
I think you've caught the essence of that. Yes, I couldn't bear it to sit with just Tony and some other bozo, whoever he decides to pick. So yes, unfortunately, it's how it's worked out. We're away with not with Jester at the same time with Jester. We're going off. Where are you going, by the way?
We're going to Bozeman, Montana.
What's in there then?
The wife's cousin lives there. So
you're going family visiting, right?
We're going for a family visit. Yeah.
Now we're going to
beautiful.
Is she?
No, the state. The state's beautiful.
Oh, the state.
I don't know his cousin.
I haven't met his cousin. But Montana, it does sound. Even the word Montana sounds nice, and it sounds.
It's bigger than the state of or the country of England.
Yes, everything's bigger than the country of England. All right.
You still have Rhode Island, which is pretty small, and Delaware.
We can only fit a couple in. Let's be fair. But yeah, no, we're off to Cyprus for the week.
Oh,
so nice. We'll see what happens there with the
he
boy.
Your wife, she's scheduled it at the right time because we're going to leave Tony all by himself next week.
He'll be fine. He's a big boy. He'll be fine.
I have a confirmation of Mitch Land will be joining us, and potentially not confirmed yet because we got to make sure he's.
Oh, Eve, sorry, I didn't see it. Sorry, but he was just going. Thanks for popping in.
But if you have heard of History on the Table, Matt does the History on the Table. There's a YouTube channel and a podcast. I've met a few times. He's a good guy. So it'd be Mitch, Matt, and myself. And Matt runs Historic KC Fest. So it's a historic con that happens in Kansas City, and he runs that. So, and we're going to be interested, and I'm going to talk about tournament scenarios. So should some of these large, like epic games have smaller tournament scenarios that are like evenly balanced some way or another, so you can play it at a con and play it like as a tournament, a little bit more competitive. So,
did you ever put the screen up, bro?
No, not yet. Nope. I'll just say you should have called it Mitch, Matt, and Me. Would have sounded like a kids program.
Oh, Mitch, Matt, and Me. There, yeah. So that was confirmation.
Sorry, I'll keep
the reason I had to do that was because
he doesn't own it.
2 weeks ago when you weren't here, Tony, I had the screen up and I had shared it, and they could see the screen.
We still got it wrong.
And they still took them 12 guesses. That was too funny.
Nerdy.
But that was confirmation that yes, you were correct on the game.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that's who we got. So hey, Ruff, what happened in history?
Do you know what? Not a tremendous amount. So I've picked on a couple of things. It's weird. Some weeks it's like, but again, we say it's freaky. We play a game and then something crops up on the history.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's happened again. Anyway, before we get to that, 1777, your American Revolutionary War, which you won by cheating. The Americans defeat British forces under General John Burgoyne in the Second Battle of Saratoga, also known as the Battle of Bemis Heights, compelling Burgoyne's eventual surrender.
Gentleman Johnny.
Yeah. And again, American Revolutionary War, 1780 this time. And see, I couldn't find any ones where we won. American militia defeat Royalist irregulars led by British Major Patrick Ferguson at the Battle of Kings Mountain in South Carolina, often regarded as the turning point in the war's southern theater. Then we scoot forward to your other conflict, the American Civil War in 1864. This is like, what? A U.S. Navy ship captures a Confederate raider in a Brazilian seaport. What, were they having a holiday or something? Let's go. It's sunny there. We'll go down there. Yeah, it's crazy how widespread that war was, especially naval. Of course, ship-wise. So yeah, that struck me as different.
That's a fact that you would not know. Like, unless you know, you don't know. That's that's kind of interesting. Then we rush forward to 1916. This is nothing to do with military history, but I thought, what? And it's to do with college football, 1916. Georgia Tech defeats Cumberland University 222-0. What?
In the most lopsided college football game in American history. What do you think of that, guys?
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Yeah. Of course I haven't.
222. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're into the Second World War, 1940.
Guys, I got to step out real quick. Natalie is going off to homecoming, so I want to go check that out. So I'll be back.
All right. I haven't got a clue what that is, but you'll tell us when you come back. Right.
Yeah.
1940, World War II. The McCollum Memo proposes bringing the United States into the war in Europe by provoking the Japanese to attack the United States. The McCollum Memo, also known as the 8 Action Memo, was a memorandum dated today, 1940, sent by, Lieutenant Commander Arthur H. McCollum in his capacity as Director of the Office of Naval Intelligence, Far East Asia Section. It was sent to Navy Captains Dudley Knox, who agreed with the actions within the memo, and Walter Stratton Anderson. I've never heard of this. This is freaky. The memo outlined the general situation of several nations in World War II and recommended an 8-part course of action for the United States to take in regard to the Japanese Empire in the South Pacific, suggesting the United States undertake a series of actions that would serve as an effective check against Japanese encroachments in Southeastern Asia. The document also calls for war with Japan as an ideal solution to contain it, but acknowledges that it is not believed that in the present state of political opinion, the United States government is capable of declaring war against Japan without more ado. So this McCollum Memo was first widely disseminated with the publication of a guy called Robert Stinnett's book, Day of Deceit, The Truth About FDR and Pearl Harbor. And Stinnett writes in this book that McCollum Memo was a plan to mobilize a reluctant America into joining Britain's struggle against the German armed forces then overrunning Europe. Its 8 actions called for virtually inciting a German attack on American ground, air and naval forces in Hawaii, as well as on British and Dutch colonial outposts in the Pacific region. Freaky, innit? Stinnett presents the memo as part of his argument that the Roosevelt administration conspired to secretly provoke the Japanese to attack the United States in order to bring the United States into the European war without generating public contempt over broken political promises. Stinnett attributes to McCollum a position McCollum expressly repudiated. So I found that very interesting. I've never heard of that before. This memo, 1949, which gives the old conspiracy things, doesn't it? About did they know about Pearl Harbor? Did they say nothing so they could get into the war? But anyway, so I found that interesting. 1949, the Communist German Democratic Republic, the GDR in East Germany, is formed, and we're now way ahead in 1991. The Croatian War of Independence. And there was the bombing of Banski Dvori in Zagreb in Croatia. And the bombing of the Banski Dvori was a Yugoslav Air Force strike on the Banski Dvori in Zagreb, the official residence of the president of Croatia at the time of the Croatian War of Independence against Yugoslavia. The airstrike occurred on the 7th of October today, 1991, as part of a Yugoslav Air Force attack on a number of targets in the Croatian capital city. One civilian was reportedly killed by strafing, and 4 were injured. So, this stuff in Eastern Europe has been going on for many years.
Centuries, actually.
Yes, centuries, yeah. And this is the one, 2000, Israeli-Palestine conflict. Hezbollah militants capture 3 Israeli Defense Force soldiers in a cross-border raid. But this Israeli-Palestine conflict is one of the world's most enduring conflicts, beginning in the mid-20th century. Various attempts have been made to resolve the conflict as part of the Israeli-Palestinian peace process, along with other efforts to resolve the broader Arab-Israeli conflict. The 1947, which I believe is when the game we played Friday, is set.
Yeah.
United Nations partition plan for Palestine was never implemented and provoked the 1947 to 49 Palestine War. Isn't that weird? Freaky again?
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah. And 2001, the US invasion of Afghanistan begins with an air assault and covert operations on the ground, starting the longest war in American history. There we are today, 7th of October.
Wow. As we talked about last week.
Freaky, isn't it?
Like, it's freaky when we go through the news and it's references something we had talked about earlier in the show. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it does make me smile when that happens, because it's like,
it does. How come Natalie didn't come down and say hi?
Oh, she was on her way out the door. So she's got her homecoming dance, and so she's meeting her friends up. So they were just running out the door. So I had to go I had to go look at her in her dress and wish her good luck for the day.
Picture with Dad?
Not with me. No, I'm not dressed to get a picture. I am not.
You're in dad gear, aren't you? Dad gear.
Yeah, I am. Flannel pants and a t-shirt. It's the typical northern America, stuff. Yeah. So
yeah, just reading the old chats. Mm-hmm. Anything that's coming up there.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. So what's this homecoming thing then?
Basically, it's like they usually go away for their football matches for a couple of games, and then they come back and it's their homecoming. So it's a special, they do a parade, and then they have a school dance all the day after the game. So today was
the leaving thing. Is it a leaving? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's out.
Yeah. They win the football game.
No, she was babysitting last night because me and the wife went out. So she's not big on going to the football games. So yeah.
Well, the question was, did they win?
Oh, yes. We actually have a very, very good football team. We usually make the playoffs every year. So, yeah. So, nice. Yes, we're usually either right there or close to the playoffs every time. So, unfortunately, we're not one of the big private schools, so we can't recruit.
Oh, I see. You got a sort of like B team. Maybe you get all the leftovers.
Well, yeah, but usually we're a good. The school's a good school, so they usually don't lose a lot of them. So, yeah. So
I'd rather college be good at teaching education than playing football, to be quite honest. But that's just me.
yeah, I'd rather be yeah.
They're great. They've got a fantastic football team that wins everything, but they're crap at teaching.
Yeah.
So
All right.
right. Oh, if you haven't done, by the way, it would be great if you could just gently or hard, if you wish, depends on your point of view, the old thumbs up button. That would be wonderful. And if you haven't subscribed to these other two jokers, make sure you have, because they do the best they can.
Gee, thanks, Rob. We do the best
Right.
we can.
Have you got anything else to talk about before we talk about our subject today? Oh, you have, haven't I? I've just seen it. Yes, you have, haven't you? Do you want to get that up for you? Oh, that sounded rude.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jeff, yes, it is Arnhem was a standalone game. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's right, which is great. You don't have to own the other two things which cost as much as each other. That's good.
Yeah. So this week I decided to start a new series, and I posted some
Great likeness.
different kind of designs, and this was the one that was voted on by the people of Tack Up to be my new logo and my new show name, Jester's Judgment, where I go and review the games that I played in the last week. I talk about them, let you know how they are, and the goods and the bads, and whether I would give them a thumbs up or throw them in the trash can. So that is going to be coming up as soon as I get back from my trip. So I didn't want to start it and then take a week off and then continue it. So anyways, so that is just Jester's Judgment reviews of the week. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's a great likeness.
I figured I needed something with the big mouth. So
if we can't take the Mickey out of ourselves, what can we not do? This is what we need.
right.
Need some
Because I had a
glasses.
really nice Jester on there, and then I decided, I need something with a little bit more of an attitude. So then I found this image. I was like, oh, I would like to actually use this image. I need to contact the designer of it and see if I can get publishing rights for it.
Yeah, they've started.
It's a very good likeness of myself, isn't it? So yeah. But that's not why I had that up there, because I have my top 5 games saved on the computer. So
okay, well, that's brilliant. She'll look forward to that. And you'll start that when you come back from your going.
from holiday.
Yeah.
And you're going to, where'd you say?
Cyprus.
Cyprus, right? Cyprus.
So it's the one that had in 74. It was split. There was a conflict, and the Turks and then the Greeks have half and half of it, and we're right up by the sort of border to the Turk Cypriots. But it's supposed to be
Are you
really
taking
nice.
the son with you?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's coming with us. He's a bit worried. He's not. He has been on a plane, but he was a babe in arms or a toddler.
So this is like his first adult.
He's getting a little bit worried. So it should be fun to have that. But he'd be fine. It should be good.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Well, I'd like to take out an insurance policy on the 3 of you, so I'll get with you about getting your beneficiary come my way.
In case we don't make it back. Yeah.
In case something happens. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Charming. Anyway, today's subject is your favorite 5 war game designers. Now, I haven't put mine in order. I don't want them like the best is at the top, because it's hard enough choosing 5 without upsetting the world of designers. So mine are just the 5. There's no preference there. And I don't know if the chat have got their lists ready. Let's hope so. So if you want to start putting those in the chat so we can start having a look, and you guys get ready with one of yours. we'll start it and see what we get. This should be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because there might be designers I haven't thought
interesting. This is a thinky thing too.
It is because it's 5. You know, who do you leave out?
Well, not just that, but it's the designer, not series, not games. So this is a little different because you could have so many different types of games. I mean, designers are all over the place.
You could pick somebody like Richard Berg because he's made the big series, you know, the American Civil War, Great Battles of History, and so on and so on. Or you could pick him for a different reason because you just love these games or a couple of games. But yeah, it's interesting to see how you do this. No, don't rank them, Mike. No, I said just put them up. It doesn't mean the first one you put up is the 5th, is the lesser one. It's just one of the 5. Mine are I'm just going to do mine one of the 5. So don't rank them because it's hard enough having 5 as it is. So don't worry about that. Whatever you put up is just one of your 5.
That's like a Jester comment right there.
Yes.
Which one?
Yeah.
Let's
know that he will more likely die from a belly button surgery than he would be from an.
Yeah. Exactly. I think you try and tell him.
Most people wake up from anesthesia.
Most people wake up from the surgery, Tony. Don't worry. You got nothing to worry about.
Though, some don't. And you were lucky this time, Tony. You were lucky.
So who would you like to start, Ruff?
Whatever you wish. One of you two ladies.
I'll go first. I'll go. All right. So I didn't know we weren't ranking them, so I did rank them. I'm not afraid.
Fair enough, but you don't have
afraid. If somebody's pissed off, they can be pissed off. I got 408 or 4,800 people that are subscribed to my channel that get pissed off every day they see me. So
yeah.
They're still subscribed to your channel, so whose fault is that?
Yeah, right.
A couple won't matter.
So my number 5, war game designer of all time. He's done a lot of good games. Ruff, I've got him in the. If you want to share. I did screenshots. I did this like professional. It's Mark Semenich. He did, of course, the whole 1940X series of games. He is France 1940. He's also done Hannibal and Hamilcar. He's done a lot of really good games. I enjoy all of his, Normandy 44.
Sorry, Jester. Look, don't put the whole lot in the chat. Do them one at a time, you plonkers. All right. Otherwise, there's no surprise.
You're just doing your number 5 right now.
Just do one out of your 5.
So Holland 44, Normandy 44, even Ardennes, which I wish I could get a copy of that. Hopefully it's going to be reprinted not too soon or pretty soon. But he's done a whole bunch of great things. I think, of all the games that I own, this is kind of sweet spot for me with operational level games. Not too many counters on it. Doesn't take a million years to play. Good for setup. Good quick plays. Not too many rules. Mark Semenich, my number 5. Best war game designer ever.
Okay. Just before we do that, have a look. What we got here. So you've done the 3. You see, you don't Alistair. No, put one up. There we are. They may well be on other people's lists, though, so don't worry too much. Yeah. Dangerous Dave, Dean Essig, of course. Lots of the MMP games now. Who the heck's that?
Vince Vaughn Voorhees. I'm not sure who that is.
I recognize. I just don't know the games that he's.
Let us know which game, Tim.
Yeah.
So we got an idea.
I know. I recognize the name. I know he's a designer. So.
Volko Ruhnke. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, right. He's somebody said it's the East Front series. That's right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Tony, what you got?
You can take my thing off.
Oh, sorry. I can. Shall I take your thing off? There we are. Butterfield.
Ooh. Butterfield. It's my number 5 or
one of them.
One, whatever.
Yeah.
One of them. Yes. So, again, my whole hint, Stuka Joe cards, good solitaire. His systems are really good. His solitaire systems are really, really good. Unfortunately for Ruff, the D-Day ones are color coordinated, so they don't always go so well. But definitely, Butterfield, great solo solitaire systems. I mean, nothing else I can say much about that.
No, not at all. So if you haven't put your first one out of the 5 in the chat, do it now so we can sort of highlight them. He's done all this sort of stuff. There we are. Now I've heard him. Now I know who he is. Yeah.
There's Golden Creed, Barbarossa North Center.
Yeah.
The Demand Shield. Yeah.
Demand Shield. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Good game. Now, you might see that again. But first of all, we've got John. For me, it's John Southard, who has made games like, I love this game, Tokyo Express. Also, the designer of the original Carrier and the new Carrier Pacific Wars. So I just love, because I love a bit of naval misses. So that's it. A game, this quite hard to get over, as is the original Carrier. But they're just great games. Just
what do you like about them, though?
They're solo. They're naval war. They tend to be, of course, in the Pacific because that's his speciality. But yeah, it's just naval and it's solitaire. They're proper solitaire games.
There you go. Because they're solitaire and they're naval. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and they're made solitaire. They're not sort of added on the solitaire. He's done it the other way round in Tokyo Express. He's got a 2-player add-on rules for it if you want to play.
Okay.
But it's basically a solitaire game. It's a bit crunchy. You've got a basic rule set, which I've done a playthrough for on the channel, which is like 24 pages. Then you've got the standard rules, which are like 60 odd, and include advanced rules as well. So, but if you can get through it, they're just great games. So that's John Southard. Let's have a look at
my number 4.
Let's just have a quick check of you're putting them all in at once. Oh dear.
Ooh, I think Ruff was about to swear at the.
No, of course I wouldn't swear at them. I just get a little bit frustrated. Anyway, put the next one in the chat. One of them in your 5. Off you go.
All right. My number 4 war game designer, Gregory Smith. And this is our 4th, and we have 4 different guys' names so far, which I didn't think we were going to do. But Gregory Smith, American Tank Ace, America Bomber. I actually got that from Tony because Tony didn't like it. And of course, the reason I chose this, Beneath the Mediterranean, was because he was
it all comes back.
Right? See the connection? Now you know the connection, because every week there's a connection between the game I choose and what we're talking about. So, of course, the Hunters, the Hunted. I think he does a great job with this solitaire, creating a story-based game that you can create and fill in the blanks as you're rolling on the charts and doing things. And it's just a lot of fun. It's not too complex. And like I said, you make up the story with your own ships and your own captains and your own people and the moments that happen on your adventures. And so that's super cool. My number 4, Gregory Smith.
Nice one.
Can't disagree with that at all.
No. Let's have a look before you do yours, Tone. Let's have a look at what the peeps have put. See, Mike's doing old and new, as you said he would.
Okay.
Who's the new one? I've never heard of him.
Yeah. Yeah, he has potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lotman is some Lotman.
Yeah.
He needs like Alistair says, he needs a few more games underneath his belt.
A few more games. And we've got Kevin Zucker, the old Napoleonic chappie that's been doing this since time began. A lot of these I haven't heard of.
You probably have, you just don't realize who the designers
who they are.
Games.
Probably heard of their games, but not who did it.
Yeah, who the designers are. Yeah.
Somebody's agreeing with you there, Jester. Yeah, they're great games. I mean, I've got 3 out of the 4 that
Yep.
Yeah,
Mark's
so,
coming in.
right.
Yep.
Okay,
All right, Tony.
Tony.
Before anybody else that's not on here says, I can say Richard Berg. And I chose actually Carthage as my favorite game of his. I do like the SPQR. I like, the Great Battles of American Civil War, like his other stuff. But I've played this all the way through 3 times now and have had a blast with it. And he just does a great way. His rules I used to not like, but now I get. And it's after reading them a few times, you actually get through them. And he adds extra stuff in his rules that are just absolutely hilarious. He adds extra antidotes, like he was doing the Battle of Troy, and he's like, "We just guessed." So it's one of those cool. So Richard Berg, great designer, tons of stuff,
Tons. Yeah.
in all different eras too. It wasn't like he just like stuck to like the Civil War or Ancients. He did everything. So yeah, the number 4 designer that came in that I've got, and by the way, I'm just pulling them off the pile, whichever order they're in. So Richard Berg.
I didn't want to make it worse for people who had to pick 5 to have them ranked. Yes, so you just pick them.
By the way, get the Thunderbolt Deluxe. You'll get this plus the first one and the second Punic Wars.
Yeah.
In the third, because the third Punic Wars aren't worth fighting. So
I would have been very surprised if he hadn't got mentioned. I didn't mention it in my 5 just as a spoiler alert because I knew somebody would, and he's such a big. It doesn't need me to add him to my list to be one of the legends.
That's 5 guesses, 5 different designers from us so far.
Yeah, that's cool.
We thought we were going to be crossing over a lot.
I thought we were going to have so many crossovers. There wasn't.
Well, I think we may, reading between the lines of what Tony has said, but
let's see.
Let's have a look.
Just keep track. We've got 5 so far.
I'm going to pick a chap called James M. Day, who designed
Panzer.
Panzer.
And he did MBT too, right? He's done
MBT as well. Yeah.
Yep.
As you know, I've got the lot of Panzer. I think it's a fantastic game. I love his mechanics. I love the way it's all done. I love looking up on the cards what numbers you have to use. I love the dice chucking aspect of it. And James, I just love the series. So no excuses. That's why I've picked Mr. Day. I don't think anybody else would pick him, but they're games that I love because of the design. So I love the designer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's your number 1 game of all time, isn't it?
Well, it's there along with Atlantic Chase and RAF, and I've got a lot of number 1s. It's
you can't have no.
I know,
there's
but
only one number 1.
I know what anyone. They're all winners. They're all winners. They may sort of move up and down slightly within that little.
Well, that's 6 for 6 now. Are we going to have any crossovers?
Yeah,
Woo.
I don't know. Right, put your number. This is the 3rd one, isn't it? So put your number 3 in if you haven't done already.
And we're going to be 7 for 7 because this gentleman hasn't been named yet. This is probably he's designed my number 1. Or it's might be top 2 or 3 war game of all time. Paths of Glory. He's also got
hit the share button, Rush. Hit the share button, Ruff.
Oh, sorry, mate.
There you go.
Still learning.
A Mr. Ted Racer, who's also done Clash of the Giants. He has done the new 1918, 1919, Storm in the West, and of course, Paths of Glory, an all-time classic. I mean, you can't get any better designed game than that at all. And I love how he designs his games to be very interactive with the players, very thought-provoking, tough decisions. I think he does a really good job on that with all of his different games. Ted Racer, my number 3, best war game designer of all time. And we're 7 for 7 different designers so far.
Nobody's mentioned or in the chat. So there we go.
I said before we started, it was going to be 8. Was how many different we were going to have. So
I think you're going to be wrong. Koi's got Mark Simonich's US Civil War, 40X, and all that sort of thing. So yeah, okay, Tony.
Volko Ruki.
Yeah, nobody's mentioned him. No.
Yeah. So coin series, the Plantagenet or the Levy and Campaign series. It's great because he designs these series and then does a couple games and then lets it kind of organically grow on its own. So which is really cool that a designer does that. Hey, here's the base. And when you have a base so good that anybody, I don't want to say anybody, but a designer can choose to use it and can do a lot of different things with it, I think is really, really cool. So definitely Vocal does a great job with stuff like that. I mean, because then you look like he had Labyrinth, which was the original coin. So he's done a lot. So Vocal Roomkey, here we go.
And Greg Smith has done it as well, put the basic down.
Yep.
A lot of people have designed their games using that system. Good one. Before I do mine,
very good one. Very good one. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look what's going on in the chat. John Butterfield, there we are. That's been repeated.
Yep.
I assume that was
Berg, yeah.
Berg, yeah. Dunnigan.
Oh,
yeah.
Paulo Mori. Oh, interesting.
Who's that?
He's done the World War II in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever it
Oh,
was.
yes.
The Caesar one, and there's Battle of Britain one, or Ace Dogfighter one, something like that. World War One.
I know who you mean now.
Dan Verson.
Yeah, I mean, no, don't look at the look at the design. I mean, we love the leader games, I suppose, and Warfighter and all that, you know. So yeah, what we got here?
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, look at the company, but look at the game.
Another one for Seminits,
Yeah.
Another one for David Thompson.
Yeah. We've got, I'm surprised it's been mentioned already, David Thompson.
Yeah. ASL, Don Greenwood.
Yeah, and of course,
Berg.
Oh,
Coy has an interest. He has Richard Borg, which of course is the
Commands and Colors.
Colors, yes.
Me too, Christoph. Yeah, some of these designers I've until they mention the games, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, Pritzker. I have the Blitzkrieg and I have Caesar, and they're both pretty fun. They're actually really, really fun.
They're like the whole World War in half an hour or something, or 15 minutes, whatever they target. Yeah. So that's cool. Right, so it's me, isn't it?
Yeah. We got
White.
Oh, Jeremy White. That's 9.
Jeremy White. I love his games, as you know, and his latest one with Battles Over the Sky with Gina Willis.
Oh, yeah.
I just love the way he designs things. I love his rule books and the games itself. You know, I love Atlantic Chase. So Storm Above the Reich, all that series there. The rule books, I think, is swaying it for me. The way he writes his rule books, they're written like non-war game books. Like when you play a non-war game, they're written like that. They take you through step by step. And he explicitly says at the start of all these rule books, don't read the rule book. Read this bit first and then do this. And then after that, read that. It's like a programmed way, but a more modern. They had it in Carrier with John Southard and all that sort of, and lots in that era were using programmed rules, but this is done in a different way. It's much easier to do. It's so I love his stuff, and even though I haven't got a clue what it's about, if it's done by Jerry White, I'm having it. The one about submarines in the Civil War, good grief, I'm giving that a go. So there we are. That's my third one, Jerry White. So everybody in the chat, put your next one in.
That means we're 4. 9 for 9, and we have no crossovers.
We will in a minute. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, I think your reign of terror is over. I think from now on, it's all crossovers.
It's going to be crossovers.
I know my number 2 is a crossover.
Let's have it. You got it ready?
Share.
Yeah. Yep. Ready? Oh, no, he was scrolling it up. Shut up. I've got the end of it now.
Command and Color Ancients. Command and Color Napoleonics.
That's Borg, not. It's supposed to be Borg. That's Borg, not Berg.
Oh, yeah.
We know what you mean. Commands and colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, I mean, we're talking about favorite systems. I mean, that has got to be my number one, probably my top 2 or 3 systems. There's just so many variety, ancients, modern, and not only that, but Battle Lore, which I love the fantasy part of it that was added
Future,
on.
because Red Alert. They got Red Alert.
I was going to say, do you reckon that he's the designer you spent most money on with all your commands and colors and all that sort of thing? Must be near the top.
Definitely, probably the most I've spent my money on. Yes.
Yeah, you love him. Well, that's great. That's why we're doing this.
Samurai, right?
Memoir 44. Yeah, Memoir 44.
Memoir 44, right? So, yep. So that's a crossover. We're staying at 9. What do you got, Tony?
Mitch Land.
I knew he'd have to be in there because he's a mate. I love him.
He's my mate, but also he does a great job with this, and I've watched him how he designs it. It is really, really cool, and he just does a great job today. It's just a great job. So Mitch Land, I have all of them, and he's done some other stuff with Vietnam. He wants to do something for the Falklands. Actually, he'd really love to do something.
That would be wonderful. Yes,
so,
I don't know how he's going to do a next war. It'd have to be a pre-war.
Well, he's done stuff for. He redid Silver Bayonet, so he kind of redeveloped that,
and the other Vietnam one as well.
Yes, that was Nick Carr. He said there wasn't much to change on the other Vietnam War, but he was looking at like another battle for Silver Bayonet. Like that's kind of an idea that he's been working on, trying to figure out to do another thing for that. So definitely.
I mean, he was going to go on my list because I've got most of them.
Yeah,
but I haven't played them enough to actually say, I love this system. I enjoyed it, but I haven't played it enough.
Yes. Yeah, I played all of India, Pakistan, and loved it. Yes, just absolutely loved it. So.
I think it's us playing. We're actually playing face to face. It's you. I've just played a little bit. Let's have a quick look in the old. No, we've got that. We've got that. Here we are. What we've got here? Dangerous Stage.
Jensen. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis Filster,
which is the Britannia. I know that's his. I think that's his thing. You
know what, Mike? I was looking out for that because that looks really interesting. It's an area thing in older game, but I can't find it anywhere.
Not for a good price, at least.
Well, I can't even find one, but there we go. Volko there. Another one for Dan Verson and
Ben R. Madison.
Ben Madison. Well, it's Ben. I think it's Ben Madison.
It is Ben Madison. Yeah.
It's I love the game. Mr. Thackeray's War.
He does a good job with solo games. Yep.
As well.
Yep.
Another thumbs up for Volko there.
Dean Essig, Battalion Combat System. Yes.
I've got to try that one day before I pop off.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And that's Borg again.
Borg,
Well, I don't know if it's actually Borg, but it's based on Borg's Command and Colors system. What have I got? What should we do? I tell you what. Let's get this.
We've had 10 different ones. Ruffy, gonna make it 11?
We're gonna have the same again because
Butterfield.
This is another one of my favorite games. Butterfield, the Solo Man, RAF Ambush, the D-Day series. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, Tony. What?
Yeah, I was going to say D-Day series. Yeah,
the D-Day series, which I have a bit of trouble with. It's not why it's not on the channel very much because it's colors, but I love the game. I love playing. I may get the colors wrong because I'm colorblind, but I don't care. I still get annihilated, and I love the game. And the only game I didn't get on with his, and we played it, is Space Corps. Didn't tingle. But that's the only one, and he's got his new one. I'm really looking forward to another space one, the away team. So that's my next. That's my one, Mr. John Butterfield.
All right, we stay at 10. We stay at 10.
Luca Joe cards. I'll tell you what, put the stuff in the old comments if you haven't done so already. Forgot to tell you. Put in your, this is the last one, isn't it?
Last one.
The
Yeah.
last one of your 5. Put that in and we'll get, that's it. Right, good. We'll get those out. So, Jester, what do you got? Oh, you want me to do, there's nothing on there.
No, I'm not ready yet. So
I
I
was
just
gonna
want
say,
to give kind of an intro to my, my last one, my number
Go on
one.
then. Go, the
So
floor
I
is
think it's
yours.
going to be a little bit of a shock for people out there, but let me explain why. So this designer, he did something very evolutionary to wargaming. He completely turned it on its head. He started adding cubes. He started adding some kind of weird mechanisms. He used some kind of weird using cards instead of rolling dice. He did all kinds of really unique things, and that's why he's my number one wargame designer of all time. And it's not who you think, unless, of course, it is who you think.
Hold on, let me get
Number one.
you got it. You ready? You ready?
I'm ready. It's Chad Jensen.
Oh, because you love
I
Combat
think
Commander.
his designs, if you look at war game designs, he was one of these guys that brought in brand new ideas with Combat Commander, right? So, I mean, that was kind of like his first hit. And then, of course, Dominant Species. Then, of course, a lot of people forget Fighting Formations. And another one that is just coming out, the new one that's
Downfall.
on the Downfall,
Yeah.
yes.
Isn't
So,
that with,
I think he
Mark
just
Herman?
That's with
He just-
Butterfield.
No,
he
Mark
said,
Herman.
Butterfield.
I can do this and I'm going to make it, but I'm going to make it my way. And it was unconventional and it wasn't well accepted by the wargaming snobs out there. But then the games were so good and they were so refined that they just overcame all the negativity from the wargamers that are like, this is not a hex encounter type game. This is not dice. This is not right. There's too much chaos in this. And he made it into a beautiful. He was the one, I guess, the first one that kind of made people think, how can I design a war game that's not just your standard typical hex encounter type game? And that's why, for me, he's my number one, because he thought outside the box and he makes other people think outside the box. And I think that is just should be make him number one for me in my eyes anyway. So that's my number one, Chad Jensen, and the reasons why.
And I know this because if anybody asks me what's Chester's favorite game, I know it would be Combat Commander. You've played that, you got rid of it, you got it again. I can see in your little face when Nerdy got you his copy from the GMT weekend. He lit up. He said, "Look what I've got it back again." So I know that's that's well deserved for you.
And then Mike Butterjelly taught us how to play Fighting Formations. With
what a great game! Again, it's not on my list.
What an interesting design with the cubes, and you got this little matrix on your. I mean, who would have thunk? You got this little matrix on where the cubes go, and then depending on how many actions you take,
there's a little auction,
back and forth
in there.
you got a lot to think about. Yeah. So I think this dude's all interesting designs. I think makes him, for me, number one. Then that's
good one. Good one. Tone?
Hold on.
He's getting it off. Don't rupture your wound. Don't rupture.
Oh, okay. So,
oops. Oops.
Did I put this in there? Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
No. It's no. Oops. You'll see in a minute.
So Herman's. I love his Civil War series. Anytime I've played any of his games, he tweaks them all the time. There's always a good series, all the way from the Blind Swords to the Black Swan series, to his solo games in Magnificent Style. What's the other? And then the zombie game as well. Not the one that not the Horror Plum game. The Zeds, Dawn of the Zeds. He did that one. Right. Yes, he's done sci-fi. He's done he is just a jack of all trades.
Attack of the 50-foot Colossi.
Yep. Yeah, and then Invaders
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
No, it's from
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So just really, really cool. It was really actually hard because like I'm looking at all of these. I'm like, I could have put Butter Jelly on here. I could have put Ben Hall on here. There's like so many good designers out there. We're actually in a time period where there are a lot of good designers out there. And I really think a lot of it has to do with the print and play capabilities or, print on demand. That's more what I'm thinking about, that these designers can get tried out. I mean, look, Thomas has done a phenomenal job. He's got print on demand. And to be honest with you, who knows if he would have actually had those games if it wasn't for print on demand, because, the money doesn't have to be there anymore. So definitely think it's a good time to be a war gamer for sure.
No, and a good one. Unfortunately, you'll see why in a minute, but let's have a quick look here. Not unfortunately. Let's go. Where are we? People give me advice, Brazen Chariots.
Yes,
but I agree with Dangerous Tape, because I heard this through a few more people that Aaron Core is a better first-time game for.
They also larger counters too. I kind of like that.
It's for blind old bats like me. So, away team on pre-order, good one. Yeah, same here. So here we go. We got again Volko Runke, Coin and Levian campaign, Labyrinth. Yeah. I see.
That's
answering a question there. Yeah. But extra squeaky, Mark. Nobody mentioned Mark Herman. The reason I didn't, or won't, as you'll see, is that I've got, I think the only game I've got, I know it's the Great Battles of History, Code did that with Borg, but I've got Pacific War, but I haven't actually had a chance to get it out yet. And Mike's Old and New, Kevin Zucker, David Thompson.
Good choices, Richard
Ward. They're all good choices. There's no wrong choices with this. This is what I love. Yeah, it's all to do with what you think. We're not being told what to think when we come to our games.
Ben Hall,
Ben Hall, Muskin. Nordic, I know he's having great fun because when he comes on now live streams, he keeps talking about this. We've got to get this out and then maybe have a game ourselves.
Yes, Tony. Yeah, I'll have to read the rules though.
Yeah, so. Yes, I've got to reread them. I have read them, but I've got to reread them. We've got Mark Herman again. Chad, number one for Mike.
Mike is a smart guy.
Yeah, I mean, and his wife has taken over the mantle, so to speak, and she's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
so
guys. Yeah.
I just wonder if my wife would take over the mantle when I pop my clogs.
Yeah, we're gonna have her on the show when you're gone.
Hello, there's another video from me, Mrs. Ruff.
Mrs. Ruff.
Yeah, Mrs. Ruff. True, but he does these. The thing I love about David's stuff, he does the weird battles nobody's even heard of. Yeah, again, this is what I love about this hobby, is that somebody is so, vehement about their top thing. Volko, again, the Levy and campaign and Levy and campaign series. I'm closing my ears a little bit to it because I don't want to get down the rabbit hole, but it doesn't appear it would appeal to me.
Ooh, it would. If you played it, it would.
Well, I'm not going to, but to Dave, Dave, he's the man. He's the man.
Because there's a lot of good things with that system.
Jim Crone, one of my other favorite games I played a bit of, not been on the channel yet. I keep thinking I've got to get it on the channel. Is 4X, Space Empires. Yes, you'll be talking about that in a moment. You say that, and we heard, I don't know if we can say this, that we had a bit of information on Thursday that Herman and Ken Kuhn, they're both baseball nuts, are getting together to design a new baseball game. And it's not going to be like it's not going to be like dice and cards, like or most of them are. Which I've got a couple that I love, but it's going to be you play a whole season in a game. When you play the game, you'll play a whole season. So we heard about that first as well.
Yep. It would be, let's see, probably about 6 years from now.
Probably. Yeah, I might not be around, but anyway. Raiders of the Deep.
You notice that Herman did not come on my list. And the reason isn't because I don't love Herman. But my reason is I don't actually own any of his war games. I own Dawn of the Zeds, which I don't consider a war game.
Fair enough.
So I didn't put him on my list, not because I don't love him and not because I don't think he's great. I just didn't put him on my list because I don't technically. I'm in this weird, like, I don't know how you are, Tony, with Mitch, because you're mates, right? So
Yeah.
I don't get Herman's games on purpose because I don't want to play them and mess him up and feel and make him. I know Herman wouldn't be mad because I messed it up, but it just I would put too much pressure on me to do it right, and I wouldn't have fun playing it, to be honest, because I'd be too afraid that I would say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. And so
honestly, I understand because I was nervous when I was
right?
when I was playing rough. Yes, I was nervous about it, but luckily I know Mitch well enough, and I consider him a friend, and that he would be like, "Oh, you did this, but he's got this whole thing of like he takes games and then if they're wrong, he kind of tries to fix them as well."
But I think with Mitch, again, that's why he wasn't on my list because I haven't
Yeah.
played them a lot. Is that when he was watching us play the Next War Poland, he was just pleased that somebody was playing the game and we were making mistakes and he was going, "They should do this, you should do that." And I'm
sure Herman would say the same thing.
Yeah,
it's just for me personal, because I have a personal relationship with him. I don't want to mess that up by just doing the wrong thing or saying the wrong thing, because I don't know if you know this or not, but sometimes I say a few things that I shouldn't say.
No, really?
Yeah, I know.
You mean you rant?
It's a surprise.
You rant sometimes? No, surely not.
So, and I just feel weird about playing his game. So
yeah. I can understand that, and I've a lot of times what it's nice is I actually asked Mitch. I said, "Hey, Mitch, we're playing the game. I'd love if you come on to make sure that I'm doing it right." And so that way it kind of clears that. Like, I'm not trying to be like, "Hey, I'm the expert and I know what I'm talking about."
Tony, there's no way we are the experts, which is why they watch it.
Yes. Although it is nice to have two heads reading the same thing
really
and figuring out the wrong answer.
How many sort of clubs or things, even in gaming, where you're playing it live and the designer comes on and says, "Hi, so you're playing the game, great, oh, you did that wrong, do it this." Nobody. It's only our war gaming. I find I've never seen it on on gaming.
I mean, that's how we met Mike Butterjelly. I played Pink Duel. He came and watched the video and posted some comments. I'm like, "Well, if you're such a smart ass, why don't you come on the show and talk to us?"
And he did.
And he did, yes. And he regretted it ever since.
When you were playing Tank Duel, you could hear him crying in the comments. You see, "You're messing my game up, Jester. You're messing my game up." And you went, "Well, come and tell me."
Good thing I didn't rant and rave about all the stupid things on that game.
Yeah, and you said, "Come on and show me how to play it," and he did. And he regrets it ever since.
He's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have answered that email.
Yeah, I should have kept well out of that." There's some stuff about the First World War. I think that no, she's used to it now, Dave. And I think anything else we've got before I do mine.
But it's so fun that these designers are actually, after you really meet a lot of them, they're really down to earth, and they're just good people that have an idea and that they're able to put out this creativity that they're able to put out, and
they're really gobsmacked that people are playing their games. It's like playing it. Yeah,
I mean, there are a few that you're kind of like, okay, that wasn't cool.
Well, we've come across a couple of those, haven't we, Toe? But
yes,
it's going to be weird after the Plum Island War, and I'm doing my review show, and now I got to hammer Herman about all the crap that's in that game and all the things that are wrong and all the errata and everything. I'm going to have to feel bad for a couple of days and see how he handles it. So we'll see.
It'll be fun. Well, if it's anything, like any game, there may be errata in it, and you just have to go. As long as it doesn't. I mean, with Mr. President, they're doing a new edition of that with an update pack, and you think what? But it's not unplayable out the box, the first edition. So they've clarified a few things. So there's going to be that whatever game it is. But anyway, my number one, it's giving it away a bit. But again, because I've had so much fun with a couple of these games.
Oh, Herman.
It's Mr.
I totally
Lukeman.
forgot about Crowbar. I totally
Mr.
forgot about
Lukeman.
Crowbar.
What a great game.
That
Again,
was awesome.
Again, another man that does solitaire games. But what I like about Herman's games is he goes across the board, whereas a lot of people sort of focus in. I'm trying to get it.
What are you talking about? Crowbar is a vertical board. He literally does not go across. I hate that part about
it's a
Crowbar.
bugger to video.
Yeah. You could do the same thing with the Plum Island Horror. It's a big tall board too.
Have a word with him. Have a word. But anyway, we're talking about this. His Tweezed, his first game on the channel was At Any Cost, and I thought this looks a great game. Chip Paul and all that, and I can't get it anywhere. But he's won the Game of the Year. American Civil War isn't my favorite thing. I'm trying desperately watching the series, and trying to get into understanding it a bit more. But Crowbar and things like Invaders from Dimension X, daft, fun games that you play solitaire. He does things right across the board. He's done zombie games and space games and goodness knows what else. He's a lovely chap. I love him dearly, and his games have a lot of thought in them and a lot of humor, which is what I like as well, which a lot of designers don't tend to do. They're very serious, and I understand that. But Mr. Lukeman, there we go.
Nice. It's good to see. Good to see that you guys.
That wasn't too bad. No fights broke out.
Too bad. No, I don't think that was. I didn't think
we
it was
have as many crossovers as we thought. Especially Jester, you thought we were going to have a lot of crossovers.
Yeah,
and I thought we were going to have a lot. I really did.
If I'd have done, if I said choose your top 10, I think we would have then, because we had to narrow it down. It's like, oh crikey! So yeah, that was good. We got apart from Mr. Butterfield and Mr. Luckman, that was it really. Yeah.
Me and Tony with Berg, and I think we've just had 3 copies. Yeah, that's a lot less than I thought. I thought for sure. I didn't think anyone was going to have Chad. I didn't think, but I thought somebody might have Ted Racer or what's his face, Mark Semenich. But you guys didn't choose those guys, so I was surprised.
Well, only because, and I've got a few of them, but I haven't actually played them properly. So, I haven't played them. Maybe that's another one, Tone, we should do, or with Tweez.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So
definitely.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Right.
Next time we do it, we can,
we could do Paths to Glory from start to finish. That would take you a while to get it done.
Do we want to do that? People get bored. We want games that we can finish and sort of.
That's true. It'll be a while.
3, 4.
Yeah,
4
2,
being
3,
the
4.
most.
That's going to be a longer one, but yeah. I would like to see a Panzer mission, because you guys could knock out a Panzer mission in a couple sessions.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
I think that would be an interesting one.
I've not played it with the hidden commands. I've only played it.
See, that's the reason I think it would be interesting, because I know, Ruff, you think this is a great game, and
I know you got rid of.
I'm not going to change your mind. That's great.
I understand.
I just think if you play against someone, maybe you'll see more nuances in the game that you can't.
It's not a solo game. Yeah. There are solo rules for it, and it's the scenarios are designed specifically for those solo rules. Although Camp Sawyer, who I'd love to get on the show one day to talk about how he plays a lot of games we all like, Panzer Grenadier, Panzer, and all that sort of thing. So, and also sort of get him out in the world if people don't know about him. It's when you play it solo, like I played a non-solitaire scenario. Of course, you know what you're doing. You have to split your mind, but to play against somebody else, it would, I would think, probably be a completely different game, of course. And yeah, with the hidden commands, not knowing what your opponent's doing, you've got to try and outthink them. So yeah, that might be a thing in the future, Tone, or MBT. Although
Yeah.
I've not played MBT.
The other thing that kind of surprised me,
Yeah.
that we didn't have more crossover. The other thing that kind of surprised me is as much as we all love Panzer Grenadier, no one guessed the designer of the game.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I thought one of you two would do it.
Well, my problem is exactly like ATS. Is the designer's really good, but I can't separate the designer from the company, and I have that's where my issue is with Dr. Mike. Is that there's some issues with the company. Great designer, but can't run a company. Same thing with ATS.
But I don't care because Uncle Brian sent me so much stuff that's going to last me a lifetime.
Oh yeah. Nobody did. That's the other one. Mark, I thought about that. Koi has Mark Mikolos, the Battles of American Revolution. Yeah.
And Mark Herman, or Ruff, you mentioned Mark Herman. None of us had Mark Herman either.
I haven't played any of his games.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't have any.
The only ones we've played is Battles of Great Battles of History, which he co-did with.
I consider that's more Berg than.
I think Mark did the sort of tweaking and tidying up, maybe. That's why. But it's like ATS and Avalanche Press, DVG. It's the game rather than what people think.
There's a difference, though, especially with Panzer Grenadier, is the designer is the owner. And you would think that the designer being the owner would want to make sure that he takes care of its legacy, really. That's a legacy for him. So,
25 years. But for the first time I've seen ever, he sent out review copy to Aardwolf.
Yeah, which is the weirdest person to send it out to. But
especially a naval game,
Yes.
Like sending Hex the naval game.
Yeah, you could tell poor old, Gary was, they've sent me this game. And he was like, I've never played one of these. I've got to try and, talk about it. But yeah, it's like they sent me one. I haven't played one of their great battles of the great naval battles of the Second World War. I haven't played one because they're not very solo friendly. The battle map is where you can do the little battles, but the actual thing has lots of hidden information where you're playing.
I think the battle part's awesome. I'd
want a bit more. I'd like to get to that battle map, but I can't unless you sort of cheat. But yeah, it was good. I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. I just, I enjoyed that. It's good to see what people think. And it was very varied and very...
I thought the chat did a good job finally after they understood what we were doing. But I also think that the chat had a lot more Dan Versen than I would have guessed. Most people would not have chose Dan Versen. So... kudos to Dan Versen for
but they are
game designs, I guess.
Geez, look,
the thing is he's not doing the design much anymore. It's it's kind of the vocal system where they got the system and then other people, Chuck Siegert's doing the design, Dean Brown's doing the designs now. Yeah. So I think he's kind of stepped back from the design in the company. He might be designing some things, but a lot of it, you have Dave Thompson doing some of the games too. So it's interesting to see that. Yeah. But his games, Hornet Leader was one of his games.
And that goes way back to GMT times.
Yeah, GMT used to
GMT,
Yeah, Thunderbolt Apache Leader was his as well. So, yeah. So then he did his own company and started. So he did a lot of his games are the older, more established games as well, where there's not a whole lot of issues with them, at least because they've been around for so long. Things have been ironed out.
Right.
Hold on, what we got here? Hold on. Brun, late to the game, Brun, but Ted Racer, another good designer.
Yeah, that's a copy with Jester there.
Yeah.
Yeah, MBT. When you do MBT, there's a little bit. It's like going from
Hi Carlos. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
recognize the name. So hi Carlos. Yeah, I think you're right. Which is why if I did it, I mean, I've got MBT and I've got the Brits, the Brit expansion. I think I've got to get, because it's so much more variable in the weapons, where you can shoot and blow up a tank from one end of the map to the other if everything is tickety boo. I think the Player's Aid were moaning about that, but I think they were only playing the basic rules, in which case, yes, you're going to blow up something.
You're going to blow them up every time. Yeah, every time.
Whereas it gets a little bit different in not the advanced rules, the extra rules. And again, why I love this system, MBT and Panzer, is that you read the basic rules and then you've got the advanced rules, but it's up to you which ones you
place in, any ones you want.
Yeah. So
I'll tell you what, even in Panzer though, depending on what you got, you can, once you get close enough, you can blow the crap out of each other.
Yeah, but if you watch my playthrough, if the Soviets are throwing rubbish, it's like, what?
Yes,
it just...
yes, I do remember that.
It's just great. I love it. And I don't know, and I hope they never have one because it costs me money.
Yeah, it's usually in November.
We keep you up, Tony. What?
I've done more today than I've done at all for a long time.
The last couple of weeks, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
I
anyway,
know,
look at the time. Look, let's round up and thank everybody. Thank you so much for joining in on that. Really appreciate it. But just to finish off, what we got going on the channels, Jester?
Tonight I'm going to be playing Tonight I'm going to be playing a solo game of Dead of Winter.
Is this with your new cards?
No, I don't have those done yet, but I'm going to. If you play Dead of Winter, I'm creating them. So I think I'm going to play a solo game without my system cards, just because I want to see the solo play without my stuff. Then I can add my stuff to the solo game to make it better. I'm also going to be playing Earth this week and make this number 96. Brand new game on the channel. I'm also going to be trying to get this game on the channel, which is going to be game number 97. 98 is going to be Nemesis. I'm going to try and get 100 in before I leave on my vacation next Thursday. So I've got a busy week.
Yep, get them bottles painted.
What do you got coming up, Tony?
Alistair just said that. So there we go. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than Friday, we'll continue our British way play. But
knowing what we know now about
the curfews. Yes. It'd be interesting.
I was thinking that's going to be really hard to put curfews on if you got to wait.
That's what I was thinking too. So, but that's all I know for sure. I do have some editing. Last Thursday, me and Mitch did our ATS. I have to edit. I recorded it. I'm going to edit it and cut it down from like an hour and a half. So it'll probably be down to about an hour by the time I get done editing it.
Yeah, roughly.
That should come out sometime.
Well, and me, it's going to try and finish this overview of this game, Kelkin Goal. Get that out, show people what it's about, tell them about the Kickstarter and all that, which is happening sort of mid-October, I believe. And then, fingers crossed, I can start having a go at Combat ! Because I want to get that done. I'm not sure how long that's going to take because it's a good game. Maybe I'll do just the one and then do something else and come back to it maybe because I want to get Tokyo Express on. That might take a while because the rules are very crunchy, just as lots to do, lots to remember. I want to do that. I want to start getting the older games out. I want to get, maybe the Korean War out or something like that. But who knows? You know me, I change like the wind.
Right.
So who knows?
Squirrel.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Because it was supposed to be combat, and then I'll try the carrier, the new one. And then I thought, well, let's try the old one. No, Tokyo Express. And so, it's and then something will come along and I'll just, but you'll get what you get. But I hope you enjoy it. So, thank you. It's been 2 hours. Look, thank you everyone for stopping by and putting up with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week, is it next week we're both away?
Yeah,
we're
next
both
week.
on my
away.
channel.
It's all Tony. It's all Tony all the time.
Tony.
Yes, I'm keeping the streak going. If it wasn't for me, the streak would end tomorrow. It would end next Saturday. But I will keep the streak going.
Hold on. You mean it's not next week? The week after. I've just booked my holidays. She said it's the 16th we're away.
That would be the 16th is a Monday.
Yeah, we're going away Monday. So we're lying. So I'll be here if you want me. If you've booked the guests, I'll have.
I'll send you the link. Don't worry.
Sorry,
about
mate.
it.
I thought it was next week.
My God!
I'm just going along with Jester saying no. Yeah, he's going. We're both away. Yeah, we're both away. And then Mrs. Ruff sitting there going, "What are you talking about, you idiot?" We're going away on the 16th, so I will be here on the 14th. It's the 21st. I'm not here.
That's the week I host.
Yeah.
So it'll be me and Tony. Tony, we're gonna have a party that day.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So no. Yeah, I've completely messed up because I'm just going along with what this chap says.
Oh,
Yeah,
with me. With me. That's right. Oh.
Anyway, I will be here next week. Jester won't. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So thank you so much. And
hit that like button. Hit it.
Oh, yeah, hit that like button if you've not done it. Subscribe to these two jokers as well. See you later.
See ya.
Bye, guys.